Campbell.
And I'm Andrew.
And this is our Buttery Blues edition of the Blues Kitchen Workshop, August 2013.
Yep, we're here in Austin, Texas, in Campbell's very lovely home, Campbell and Thing.
And we're going to kind of go through some of what we did today.
Yep.
So we worked on Embrace Connection.
So the first part is for the lead to be offering that space, and the follow decides to take it.
And we yawned into place. Notice where our hips are. Pelvis is right under our shoulders, so we're stacked.
Yep.
And
we have a forward intention during this time. So as opposed to being in our heels, which actually rocks us away quite a bit, we are thinking about trying to get in the balls of our feet. We probably won't get there, but that's okay. We have this skin squish.
Cool. And we relaxed our arms to create that hug feel. Okay?
We began with weight shifts, noting that a weight shift is actually a lot smaller than you think it is, where the leg is dangling underneath the hip joint, which is located right here.
We did a 4-count weight shift.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
We did 8-count weight shifts.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And then notice that we have a release of the leg at the end, so we're fully there. Okay? When we mixed and matched as well. Then we worked on some body movement.
Yep. So this is dancing in your own space. We began with some rib cage isolation. The first one was a lift. Shoom,
Lift.
doom, shoom, doom. I'll place my fingers on my rib cage so you can see it a little bit more clearly. Shoom. Note that we are lifting rather than dropping, and that we don't have to combine it with our breath. So you can practice doing it while exhaling, while holding your breath, or while inhaling.
Then we also did lifting both sides at the same time. Yeah, and we also did a little twist action as well.
And again, noting the difference between this and a sliding action. We're just doing the
So we put it together without moving our feet, and we actually practiced initiation from both parties. So we took this practice embrace, or a sort of 2-sided embrace. But you can equally do it in our traditional embrace as well. And
we practice these movements together, both the lead initiating and the follow initiating.
hard to see. And then we layered our weight shifts on top of it, right? Cool. That was most of part 1, I believe. Okay. So part 2, we worked on steps with shapes and movement in the body, right?
Building up the step a little bit. First, most important action is the drive. It is what sends you across the floor.
We talked about the receiving leg being like a plumb bob, right? Weight at the end of a string. So as we move our pelvis, it hangs right down under it and catches us rather than reaching. Yeah? And we also talked about that collection, the swing in right under the body. So we release the leg and let it swing in. That's the other piece. Okay? So we specifically played with a twisting action. Okay.
Shoom, zoo, zoo, zoom.
We'll show that, yeah.
Zoom, zoom. Ba. Then you can use that energy with the momentum and the swing of the leg at the end to create a little pivoting action. Shoom, zoo, zoom, zoom.
Yeah. We did briefly talk about being able to feel the release of the leg, right, through the connection. Somewhat because I could just feel the swing and feel his body completely be on that foot, but a lot of times it's our sort of loose leg magnets, if you will, right here, where I can really track that swing in my own leg. right, as a follower.
And for the leaders, we really emphasized creating a clear distinction between here and the release, making it all one movement.
Cool. Then we did something else, the rocks. We did it side to side first.
So we began with a lifting of the rib cage and combining it with a step. Do, 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 do. Not to be confused with this motion, which is just different.
Which is awesome too.
Awesome to do. And then we brought it into a forward and backward rocking motion that looks like this. Zoom, 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 zoom. So the rib cage action again, popping the sternum forward, popping it back, again keeping the shoulders relaxed.
Yeah, shoulders are hanging, and we're not moving through the back quite as much. More focused here.
Yep.
Okay, I think that was mostly part 2. Okay.
Part 3.
Part 3. We did some level changes in suspension and release. Yeah.
We began with a simple, slow, quick, quick. Slow, quick, quick.
This is our
Slow,
balloon.
Quick, quick.
Okay. And thinking about the extension through the leg, right? We're going from a bent leg and straightening rather than pushing off the ball of the foot.
We discussed the musicality, how you can have this follow the music of a song.
Like the clarinet, remember? And then we did the other extension.
We did,
Walking back with your left
yes.
leg.
Boo, boo.
Okay, we were releasing it rhythmically this time, right? So we went
Joo.
Okay. We also had a little bit of the leg magnetism happening there. And then we talked about suspension, right? To have the suspension, you have to have the release also. That was an important part of it. Okay.
We also discussed putting that in different directions. So the one that we showed was to go diagonally. Zoo, zoo, zoo. Which is just a little bit trixier.
Yeah. We like tricksy things. Okay, the last part was just a little pivot, right?
Looks like this. Zoo. Do 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 do. Zoo. Do 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 do.
Right, so you can sustain, you can release rhythmically, etc.
Yeah, we've discussed that the lead action for that is to spiral through the spine.
Yeah.
And where you can also use the swing of the leg if we're just practicing a different body action.
And then we talked about you can also include the level change, right? Right? And then we also, before this, we talked about musicality in terms of that rhythmic release, listening for suspension and release in the music, in the phrasing, and being able to line it up. Right? I think that was mostly it.
Yeah.
Woohoo!